On this episode of Backstage Pass, we dive into the soulful world of Triple Seven, also known as Seven DZ, a singer-songwriter, lyricist whose R&B-esque vocals are inspired by legends such as Michael Jackson and the Temptations. Originally from Reno, Nevada, Seven DZ has found a new home in the Treasure Valley, where his sultry releases such as Deuces and Miracles have been making waves. As he inches closer to dropping his highly anticipated first solo EP, Seven DZ's journey, musical inspirations, and future plans are set to captivate listeners. Tune in to discover the heart and soul behind one of the Treasure Valley's most promising new talents. Oh, is that why you wear shades?
Yeah, it hurts my eye. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah,
Yeah,
go
going
learn a
through
little
some
bit about
things.
me.
Yeah, no, that's good to hear,
Always.
man. I want to get to know you a little bit and just
Yeah,
understand a
for
little bit
sure.
about your music because I
Yeah.
first got tune of you here about I want to say about a year ago. I think it
Oh, okay,
was.
really?
Yeah, I happened to see
What's up?
you. You know what? I can't put a finger on it exactly. Can't put my thumb on it exactly, but I want to say you were doing a song or some kind of a hook or something on another artist, and I happened to come across it online, and that's where I first, you know, heard
Okay.
your music because, and it caught
Yeah.
my attention because I'm a '80s '90s baby. I grew up listening to
Right.
John B, listening to Babyface,
Yeah.
listening to Tank,
Right.
Jaheim, right? Like all these R&B
Jagged
artists.
Edge. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you don't hear a whole lot of that, at least in this neck of the woods. Typically, I've kind of felt like
Yeah, you
I
don't.
guess a little bit of an outcast, if you would, in that space when it comes to like
Right.
music. And
Right.
so when I heard that, I was attracted to it because I grew up listening to that kind of music, and so it reminded me
Exactly.
of that. As a matter of fact, I don't know if you ever heard this before, but some of the lyricism that you have and kind of how you mesh that in with the melody, for some reason, it reminded me a lot of Omarion. Have you ever heard
I
that?
yeah, for sure. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
so
I
how
grew
did
up
you
to
get into this style of music to begin with? Like, talk to me about a little bit about your influence and how that kind of
yeah.
led you into what you do.
Michael Jackson.
Mm,
Hey, my family's big into the oldies, so like, soul music, a lot of Earth, Wind, and Fire,
mm-hmm.
stuff like that. And I I love soul music. I love music that was in that era. You know what I mean? So the
Yeah.
Michael Jackson to the, like I said, Earth, Wind, and Fire, the Temptations,
Mm-hmm.
and I felt like that type of music really like it stood out. It caught my attention young.
Mm,
I felt like that real music, that was real soul music, and that catch your heart's attention.
yeah.
Not even you, but your heart's attention.
Yeah.
Because not even people recognize subconsciously certain music will like, you know.
Mm, yeah,
And Earth, Wind,
absolutely.
and Fire was like that. You play that type of music
Mm-hmm.
into an environment in a setting full of people, immediately people love it. Like they
Absolutely.
gravitate towards it. No one could talk down on that music. You know
Yeah,
what I
that's
mean?
true. Yeah,
And
absolutely.
so yeah, and so I just knew I was built for that. I knew I was built for that.
Yeah, that's
You know what I
cool.
mean?
Yeah, that's
So
true. Nobody can talk down about the music because literally I was at an event, I want to say 2 weeks ago, and it was an event with a bunch of country folk, right?
yeah,
Cowboys,
exactly. Yeah,
etc. And I was running music and stuff for it, um, some bikers, etc. And I was dropping Earth, Wind, and Fire, and Temptations, and some old funk,
yeah,
and people loved it. I
yeah.
was looking out in the crowd watching them singing to it, and they were digging it.
Exactly. It brings people to unifies people. That's the main thing I'm about.
Yeah,
And to enjoy good music
yeah, absolutely.
heals the soul.
Yeah. So, what got you into singing? Because you do a little bit of both, like I mentioned, right? You do
Yeah, I do.
some lyricism and some singing. Like,
Yeah,
how did that come about?
yeah. I mean, I've been recording since 8 years old.
Mm,
Professionally since young. And
mm-hmm.
I before I was like middle school, I didn't take it serious still. I would goof off a lot. I was the class clown, so like it ended up being I loved making people laugh because
Mm-hmm.
like laughing at my pain type of jokes. You know what I mean? Like the struggle was real where I'm from, so like we laugh about it,
Mm.
and so I would kind of use my voice and like I would sing a lot on a goofy tip. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Yeah.
To make people laugh, and people would always tell me since a kid, like, bro, you actually have a good voice, like, and I'd be like, nah, I'm good, like we
Mm-hmm.
we want to hear you really sing, and to transition my sound from like goofing off to like actually seriously sing, I couldn't do it yet. You
Mm.
know what I mean? I didn't think it was possible. I was like, nah, that's what I do. Is like I joke, I'm like, just goofing
Mm-hmm.
off, and actually, there's a girl, shout out Alexis Watkins. She actually hit me up and was like, she was one of my best friends at the time, and she was like, we talk on the phone all the time in like summer after like school's over, and she was like, you should sing to me, like actually sing to me, no one's around, I don't look at you, we're on the phone, like sing. And I actually did, and it broke that ice,
Mm.
where I was like, damn, I'm actually like, I got a little something.
Mm. Yeah.
And you know how I was raised was to like master your craft to perfection. So like I just worked on it before I even hit a mic. I studied it for years in the studio, like
Mm.
studied music, the
Mm-hmm.
the the intentions of why you make a song, the intentions of what you're gonna do longevity wise. Like, are you there to influence people correctly, or are you just doing it for a hobby? Like, you
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? What are they gonna think when they hear your music? Like stuff like that. I wasn't allowed to touch a mic until I
Mm.
knew what I was getting myself into. And at that time, I hated it. Just put
Mm-hmm.
me on the mic. I just want to record. They're like, nope. So it took a lot of time. Like, imagine I've been recording since 8 years old. I'm 31 now, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm finally for the first time putting music on all platforms that's actually my song. You feel me? Like
Yeah.
not featuring nobody, not
Mm-hmm.
someone controlling it in the back in the scenes behind the curtains, like because
Mm-hmm.
that's been my whole life where I
Mm.
wasn't allowed to make my own songs,
Mm-hmm.
choose my own music. So like, this is a big deal. What it is,
Mm.
what's going on right now, and it's a
Yeah.
beautiful thing. I waited my whole life, and God had it planned that way. I wouldn't understand at that time, like, why can I not be on stage by myself?
Mm.
Why can I not record a song and pick my own music by myself? Like,
Mm-hmm.
it was irritating.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of how I started with the music. I just studied a lot first, and I was goofing off, and then it turned into something beautiful and like serious, to where I could honestly be influential in a positive way, but
Mm-hmm.
also make something that I love to do, which is I love to make beautiful music. Like, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? So
Yeah. That's awesome.
yeah,
I didn't even get to ask you yet. 777, 7DZ.
yeah,
What's the name mean, or what's the
yeah.
symbology behind it? If I could ask, because
Uh,
there's something there.
big time. The seven means completion, and
Mm-hmm.
so I feel like this is a time where I changed my name because I'm finally at a place in my life where I feel complete. All the pain, all the struggle, all that type of stuff that actually completed me at the end,
Mm-hmm.
and all the struggles I've been through is what made me. So like, and I couldn't have done it without God. So I put that seven in the front of my name. You feel
That's
me?
what's up. Yeah.
But a
Yeah.
lot of signs with that seven, man, everywhere. When I wanted to give up, that seven was there. You know
Mm.
what I mean? So now I feel like it's not just me. It's like, if you're I don't really believe in like fans. I believe in like a family. So like even people that listen to my music, once I know
Mm.
that you like truly care about me, like with good intentions, and you love my music, you're not a fan to me. You're now family. So like that seven is like what's behind that. So like 777 is like a team, like, and a family. So like anyone
Mm.
that listens to my music, you part of the 777 thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I feel you. That's
Yeah.
what's up. Speaking of this deeper meaning behind your name. I've listened to some of your recent music, and I've seen some of the clips they've been throwing out there that are really meant to kind of charge people into thinking bigger than who they are. And
Yeah.
inspiring somebody, right, to do what you were talking about, where you said all your life you felt held back, and
Yeah,
finally you're at a position where it's like, you know what, I can kind of break through this barrier now that's been holding me back and walk more into fullness of who I am and the
yeah,
freedom
for
that
sure.
comes with that. Talk to me, if
Right.
you would, about some of the more recent tracks that you've been dropping, because I've been listening to some of the lyrics behind it, and I know that you put some time
Yeah,
into crafting that. And Miraculous, is it Miraculous or
yeah.
Miracles?
Miracles, yeah. You know what's
Miracles.
crazy?
Hmm.
All those songs are 4 years ago. I wrote those songs
Wow.
4 years ago.
Hmm.
One thing that stands out with me as well, I make songs in about 5 to 10 minutes.
Hmm.
So like all those songs were like
Uh-huh.
that. Like I
Yeah.
just came out. I had to let it. I just let it spill out.
Yeah.
So, and that always stood out to people like producers or like, "Hey, when you go to the studio with me, it's different. Honestly, like you're not sitting there for an hour and just, to where you're
Hmm.
so bored and you're just like, bro, when are you gonna, or like when we record and we were, now it's got to the point so fast that my people want me to slow down.
Oh
They're
yeah.
like, hey, take your time with each bar, like
Hmm.
record it perfectly because one take it. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? The whole song, boom, one take, ooh, and we move on. Let's go. We do three. So I'm in the studio twice a week, and I film music videos twice a week, or
Hmm.
once a week, but 2 videos at a time.
Hmm.
So I've been doing that for about 5 months now. So I'm ahead, but we're calculated now. So we're strategically moving in a way that's like it's beautiful. It's chess moves. So like
Yeah.
we'll see algorithms, statistics. We want to see what people like, what they don't
Hmm.
like. So we'll put forth more effort. Like right now, we're putting more effort on the song called Deuces.
Hmm.
You
Yep. Seen
know,
that. Yep.
yeah, and we got a lot of content for it. But
Hmm.
that was months ago.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So like,
Yeah.
we're just trying to be. We think longevity. The team that I
Hmm.
have behind me, who actually run my pages, are beautiful people in my team that believed in me through prison, through me giving up on myself and years of struggle, like years of going back in prison, getting out, in and out, in and out, death to all what's gone on from losing everything multiple times. And they were still there. And I was like, man, how? Like, what do I got
Hmm.
to, what's the worst thing I could do to where they'll leave and they won't?
Hmm.
So, like, I have a beautiful team that literally thinks longevity, and so they want me ahead. They don't want me to get big off one song and then me not have a game plan after that song.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, it's a beautiful thing. So with these songs, yeah, they mean a lot. I'm about to drop an album as well, my first ever. So like for me to say that, recording at 8 years old
Hmm.
and recording with the people at the young age, like one of Michael Jackson's producers in Hollywood, and I was 16.
Hmm. Yeah.
And that was my goal. So I met my goal at 16, you
Hmm.
know. So now, yeah, I see this different. It's not about the money and it's not about the fame. It's now like the message that I push, and that message is beyond me, and my team knows that, and that's why they
Hmm.
push and grind as hard as I do for it. So
Yeah.
it's dope. It's dope. It's beautiful.
Yeah. No, it is. I think there's definitely some wisdom in picking up what you're dropping here about having a team assembled, having people that can capture a vision, that can help you piece a game plan together. And it's obvious with this,
Right.
especially this most recent stretch with Deuces. I can tell that you guys had a compiled, you know, because I'm in the
Yeah.
media space, content creation space, right? So I could tell you guys are,
Okay. Yeah.
compiling this stuff together and then strategically releasing this over
Yeah.
time, right? That's super important in these days, right? Where
It
you're able to
is.
stay consistent online and garner attention by
Right.
people constantly seeing that you're there, versus you drop
Facts.
something this and then you disappear for 3 months.
Yes, exactly. Which a lot of people do,
Right?
and I don't want to be that. And my team knows that this is a job as well.
Hmm.
But we
Yeah.
play our positions correctly. And so like we're gonna stay consistent regardless. Like we
Yeah.
can get sick. Man, I've been homeless twice, even
Mm-hmm.
recent. You know what I mean? Luckily, I'm
Yeah.
at a good spot now. But even when I was homeless, nobody knew
Hmm.
because this is beyond me. So we're gonna continue doing this. I work 3 jobs still pushing this music, you know.
Mhm.
But what's crazy with that song with Deuces is I'm very like weird with my music that I did half. Normally, I'll finish the song in 5-10 minutes. That certain song Deuces is super important to me because I recorded only half strategically on purpose. Waited through. I wanted the 3 years later me to
Mm.
finish the song,
Mm.
so I waited 3 years. So my people actually would bump Deuces for 3 years straight of just half a song.
Mm.
And so when I got out this year, I wanted to finish it. I knew it was time,
Mm.
and I've never done that with the song, and they've never seen me do that with the song. So they're like, "Bro, I don't even know what else to hear with this song because I've heard it already this long." And then
Mhm.
I finish it, which is now what you hear, and they're like,
Yeah.
"Bro, you thought 3 years ahead to finish this song is insane to me." And I was like, "Bro, honestly, I didn't even think about it that deep. You know what I mean?" And
Uh-huh.
it ended up beautiful. You know, God has His own plan and His own hand on it. So it
Yeah.
was cool, man. It was beautiful to see. You know.
Yeah, that is cool. It sounds like you got um quite a track, of things that are motivators in your life. At 31 years old, you've had some
Yeah.
challenges with getting locked up,
Yeah.
consecutive times and getting out and getting back in and going out, etc. But you alluded to death, homelessness. Like
Yeah.
that seems like a full plate for some. Like, what would you say has been
So
maybe the most difficult, going through that you kind of lean on for motivation, inspiration to get you to, you know, not forget about those things, but to
for sure.
realize where you've been and then get to a place that you can look back and be
100.
grateful for.
So being on your own since young. I was very young, adolescent, young, had to learn how to survive on my own.
Mm.
Um, I truly believe God raised me as a son, to be able to say I'm still alive and to honestly have the characteristics I have, like not on no boastful tip or prideful tip, but as my job as a man, like
Mhm.
the the characteristics that I gained from all those struggles, like I know God raised me. There's no way, you know what I mean? It's like teaching
Yeah.
a kid by a father. You can tell. You can tell when a kid's raised by a
Right.
father or a mother, or even just raised by no dad.
Mhm. Mhm.
And me having neither for a
Mhm.
long period of my life, and having the characteristics I have is a miracle. That song, even miracles like that. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? And so all those struggles I since young I didn't take for granted. Like I appreciated all my struggles since young. You know what I mean? I was never that kid that'd be like, man, fuck, dude, I went through this shit. Fucking
Yeah.
stupid, Like I was
Right.
never like that. I always been like I would talk to God a lot, I would pray a lot and be like, man, I know you putting me through this for a reason, but sometimes it's like, why?
Mm. Mhm.
And as a human, as a kid, that's how I would think. But I'd be like, man, dude, but I trust you. Whatever. Let's go
Mhm.
through it.
Mm.
So I mean, I wouldn't say there's a specific struggle because a lot of my struggles are very crazy, and to you could say my life is like a movie. But
Mhm.
I would say each piece is just as important to me, man. Like
Yeah.
it's as important as all my completions, achievements, my goals, anything that all my blessings,
Yeah.
bro. My struggles match the
Yeah.
exact same, like you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So
That's a great
I don't see
perspective.
it. Yeah, so I don't see it as like one specific one being more than the other. I
Mhm.
believe that my downfalls were my blessings. So
Yeah. Where'd you grow up, by the way? I didn't ask you. Where'd you grow up?
um, so I was born and raised in Reno,
Mhm.
and I came out here young, and then I went back. Then I moved to Cali for a little bit. I'm from the West Side, as I would say, West
Mhm.
Coast, Vegas. I lived in Cali for a little bit, back and forth though. But Reno's, yeah, definitely my hometown, and born and raised.
Yeah.
So
What would you say has
yeah.
been the response in this region? And we're talking in the Treasure Valley right now, where we're at right now.
Yeah,
What's the response been in this particular area to your style of music, right? Because it's not something that you hear every
yeah,
day. I mean, you get
right.
people that are into hip hop, but it's not the same.
It's not the same, yeah. And I chose to be a versatile artist. So if you ever check my catalog, like I can show you, like just for example, just for a quick example, these are my
Mhm.
songs right here.
Mhm.
So this is just from like past couple maybe months,
Wow, you've been putting in work, huh?
but that's my whole life. Like I lost like 18 phones that have thousands of songs. I've made
Mhm.
more than thousands and thousands of songs, but
Mhm.
I'm huge on my work. I'm an alien when it comes to my craft. Like
Mhm.
people tell you got to go crazy. You got to
Yeah,
when you
obsessive.
become when you become obsessive and psycho for something that
Mhm.
you love to do, that's when you know you're good.
Mhm.
So I've been like that though since 8 years old.
Mhm.
And with that being said, like what was your question again though? Just to see if I can answer it correctly.
Yeah, the question was about your music and the response that
The
people
response.
in this area have
I've had
given.
nothing but love. Nothing but love, man, and I think it's really because of the message.
Mhm.
But studying music for so long, like I studied melodies,
Mhm.
what caught people's attention, like so sometimes it's going simple, not saying too much like intricate wording and more catchy.
Sure.
And then it gets time where there you should be, like Miracles was not, to me, was the focus was never on the melodies or the catchiness or simplicity of the hooks or the I went like intricate with that.
Mhm.
And so it all depends on the songs, but every in the the most humble way, I've got no like negative feedback,
Mhm.
and of
Yeah.
all ages. So that's the part where I get excited, me personally, is when I show my music, and it could be an older couple that do not listen to this type of music, and for
Mhm.
them to tell me like, "Wow, like that's a great song," that electrifies me. That's what keeps my spirit going. So I've not had any negative, unless it's like a hater. But other than
Sure.
that, it's still like even my haters be like, "Man, oh, he's good, yeah, he's good," but you know.
Yeah.
So I don't know, bro. I've had none but great feedback.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Good for you, man. Because I was gonna ask I mean, you seem like somebody that can let it roll off your back pretty easy, if
Yeah,
you
for
were to
sure.
get hate anyway. So,
Yeah, I just got some the other day for like honestly, it's one of my first times, which was
mm,
on like TikTok, which I'm not
mhm,
on
mhm,
much, but I had to get on there, and somebody put there, "Oh, he's ass,"
mhm,
and somebody put, "Oh, he's corny," and I knew I knew it came for a reason. So that
yeah,
lesson that I learned from it, I wrote, "Hey, my music's not for everybody." And so I appreciate the criticism though, like that. That means a lot to me.
yeah,
And I knew that they're just trying to, egg me
yeah,
on to where I do pop off. But I done too much. I've been in too much pain for me to just pop off like that. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
So I took it for like what it was. I gotta face the facts that I'm human. I'm not gonna make perfect music to where
mhm,
every single creature, being, animal, like they're gonna like my music.
mhm,
So
absolutely.
yeah, so it was recent. But other than that, no, I've been getting my whole life is love.
That's good. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Alluding to the release of this first project, debut, kind of, yeah, well, it is your debut album, right?
Yeah.
That you be dropping solo. Do you have a date set in stone for it?
Um. Yeah, I don't want to say it yet because it's kind of like
I
a
get it.
surprise for somebody very important in my life.
Mm,
But soon, very soon.
nice.
We're gonna drop 7 songs. It's my first EP. It's gonna be called Broken Angels.
Hmm.
And yeah, so yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah. What's the well, do you wanna unpack meaning behind that too, or are you holding that to your chest?
Yeah, I mean, really, just is my journey.
Hmm.
You know, every song that I make, all those stories are true. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So it's mostly about my experience in life. And so it comes with wisdom, it comes with pain, it comes with questions, it comes with answers. It unlocked doors for me.
Hmm.
And really is about your mindset, my belief, my faith. I don't categorize myself in one box. So it's
Sure.
it's spirituality's pain slash hype slash, you know what I mean? Like it's just
Yeah.
soul music. Like it's really definition of soul music.
Hmm.
And so, yeah, the meaning behind Broken Angels is, it's my life.
Yeah.
Um, you know, have you ever heard that saying where they're like, "Hey, be nice to everybody because you don't know who would be actually an angel."
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
know, so yeah,
Might
so I just try
some
to treat
entertain.
people good.
Yeah, they say, yeah, be careful on how you treat people because some unknowingly have entertained even angels.
Yeah, exactly,
Hmm.
exactly. That's
Yeah.
the word for sure. And so yeah, it's just my experiences and uh, you know, me being thankful. So it's just like kind of challenges others as well to think that way.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely. Well, I have to say, bro, that I'm encouraged, by watching you, and I can tell that you are working hard. I can tell that you have
yeah,
a passion for your craft and that you take it serious when,
serious,
so many people don't, or they fall off the map because they get a little bit of criticism, etc. And so
right?
I want to encourage you to keep at it, keep hammering it, and get
Appreciate
this
you, my
first
brother.
project off deck. And I'm
Yeah,
sure many more will be coming. But
yeah.
super, super proud of you, brother. And I'd say keep hammering it.
Appreciate that for real. Appreciate that. Take that
Yeah, you got
deeply.
it, bro. Well, bro, it's been a pleasure chopping shop with you
Pleasure.
here.
Yes,
Triple
sir.
seven,
Yes,
aka
sir.
Seven
Yeah.
DZ,
Yes,
dropping
sir.
up in here on Backstage Pass on the Boise beat.
Boise
Gordie
Beats. I
Tamayo,
appreciate y'all so much, man. Thank you so much for your time and allowing me to even be over here. So
you
thank
got it,
you.
brother. You got it.
Hey,
Keep me posted. I want to hear when that album's
yeah,
getting close to dropping. If you want to
for
leak
sure.
anything first
Yeah.
exclusive, we'll drop it here.
Exclusive. I mean, yeah, we'll drop it on here. Broken Angels coming soon. EP. Just be on the lookout here in a couple weeks. We'll be dropping that, and just reach out to me. You know, I don't bite.
Yeah,
I show love. You know what I mean? I'm one of y'all, so I appreciate y'all for even giving me the time, man. It's a pleasure for real.
you got it, brother. Absolutely.
All right, my G.
Thanks, son,
Thank you
brother.
so much.
You
Thank you.
got it.
Already too busy with flipping them, child. I already knew my rent due on a verse. I gotta put to the side all I hurt. I'm on my grind to put food on no plate. So I'm on a black just to put some on hurt. Just put my man behind bars for no reason. That's not the way that my people gon' learn. Why the government put on us a curse?